Many research labs use Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel for managing their mouse colonies. The problem with spreadsheets, however, is that they offer too much flexibility during data entry. Here I chose a real-world example showing many of the issues which add up over time, like formatting issues, color coding, where others don't know what those colors mean, mixing different data types in the same column, for example, a tag number with an ear punch, or a genotype and a date. In a database, those would be separate fields. I guess everybody starts out with a nice sheet and good intentions, but nothing prevents us from making a mess later on when we're in a rush, right? For example, you could type the same mouse strain any way you want. CAF3 overexpressed might become CAF3OE or CAF3 plus, either with a space or without. And those types of variations make it difficult to search in our data. Another common problem are missing fields. Even though Excel and Google Sheets both offer some kind of input validation, they're complicated to set up and very limited. Google Sheets, for example, only allows for validating non-empty fields, but it doesn't support enforcing mandatory or required ones. So you might miss important information like a mouse tag or a strain, or even worse, you might accidentally delete a whole column. In general, the user interface is very error prone. It's easy to type a value into the wrong cell or to accidentally overwrite something. In fact, you cannot trust any of your data because whenever you think a value might be wrong, you don't know who entered it, right? So you don't know who to ask. What you really miss is version control. It's a very common feature in content management systems. Imagine the impact such mistakes can have on your study. You might have to repeat everything. Animals had to suffer for no reason. Months of experiments and thousands of dollars could be lost. Fortunately, there is a way to avoid that because modern technology offers much better solutions than spreadsheets do. MouseCloud uses state-of-the-art database and UI design with input validation to help you prevent such unnecessary mistakes. And let me show you how. When logging on to mousecloud.com, I see stats about my mouse colony. First, let's take a look at input validation when adding or editing a mouse. Many fields offer lists to choose from, so there is no risk of entering different variations of the same strain as we saw earlier in our example sheet. The tag field suggests the next tag numbers available. It even shows a warning when entering a duplicate number. Required fields are clearly marked by a red asterisk, and the Save button is disabled whenever something is wrong or missing. If I click it anyway, it scrolls to the missing fields and marks them red. The cage field is a great example of something you could never achieve in a spreadsheet. It suggests a list of cages where the first entry is the next available cage number for adding a new cage. The numbers below represent existing cages with the least number of mice at the top. This really helps with distributing mice over cages evenly and can tremendously reduce your cage costs over time. Only cages with mice of matching sex and strain can be chosen from the list. You can either select or type for auto-completion. The mother field restricts your choice to female mice of the same strain, and so does the father field, but with male mice. A calendar helps with filling out date fields, while the pregnancy date is only available for female mice. This is just to give you some examples of how the logic built into MouseCloud ensures data integrity at a level you could never achieve with a spreadsheet. As a result, you get more accurate search results and reports. MouseCloud offers two types of search. The quick search at the top right searches against all fields at once. You'd probably use it when searching for an exact tag or strain name, for example. Otherwise, it may be too broad, returning too many results. In most cases, you'd want to use the advanced search, which allows searching by field. When searching by strain, for example, I can see that CAF3OE has 343 mice, even before running my query. The result below highlights the columns which I'm searching against. I could further filter that to only female CAF3OE mice, for example. Columns can be sorted or hidden, and MouseCloud remembers your choices. You can export to a comma-separated text file or an Excel. This can be useful, for example, if you needed to create a report for a lab meeting. The page listing lets you navigate back and forth or choose how many entries to display at once. When making changes, the version history shows exactly what was changed, when, and by whom, so you know who to talk to in your team. If I wanted to change several mice at once, I simply select them and choose Edit. This can be very useful when combined with search. For example, if I wanted to reassign a group of mice to someone or add a note. A wean form makes it very easy to add several pups at once. I simply select the common fields for the whole litter at the top and fill out individual ones below. Notice how the tags which I've used so far disappear from the list for other pups. Also, the mouse count per cage gets updated right away. Rows can be added as needed, and when viewing one of those pups that we just created, the other pups from that litter are automatically linked to the view. The cage view shows the total cage cost per month, or if you search by strain, for example, then you see the cost of that strain. A samples view helps you locate samples by freezer, rack, and even down to the box. If you ever wasted time searching for samples, found one without a label, or even had to repeat an experiment because of a lost one, this is your solution. Experiments can have image data and get assigned to projects or team members. Existing mouse data can easily be imported from Excel while checking for missing fields or duplicates. The purpose of this video was to provide a general overview. If you'd like to try for yourself, please fill out the contact form and see how MouseCloud can help you with the 3 R's of animal studies: replacement, reduction, and refinement. Thank you for watching.